There we go. Okay. Where did I put my watch? It doesn't matter. Good evening, everybody. Hope you all, anyone who hops in tonight, hope you are having a good night. Son of a gun. I knew that was going to happen. There we go. Hey, what's up, Ray? How you doing tonight? I was just getting ready to do a quick op session, and I figured, or switching job, I guess, because can't really do an full op session on a layout like this. But I was just getting ready to run a session, and I figured, what the heck, I'll throw on the stream for the night. So you got my switch list pulled up on my computer over here, so that's good. And here's the train for tonight. Got MP15 cab forward. You got a Delta Line boxcar from Microtrains. We've got a Broadway Limited H32 covered hopper and I think it's an Atlas PS1 or PS2. I mean, short covered hopper, and those are for the cement plant. And then we got a KD rail box. And we're gonna do some switching on the layout. Let's go ahead and get things started by pulling into the runaround track. And we'll do some work. Oops, oh, that works. Okay. Let's, I need a little more. I need to clean the wheels on this MP15. All right. Switch list. Yeah, I got my switch list over here on my laptop, right there. Just using the ops buddy. Delta Lines is going to the lumberyard over there. We're doing a little bit of a shuffle around from one track to another. Hopefully this will be one of the last op sessions I actually do with this track arrangement. I'm going to rework this whole area back here. I'm going to pull these tracks a little further apart, get a loading dock in between them, and that'll be for team track. And then one of these tracks is going to go, the switch is going, and that'll become a propane distributor. And I've picked up the cars for that. I just got to redo the track work, and then I can start working on actually getting some structures modeled over there. And I can hopefully get back to finishing up the unloading shed for the cement plant. Let's see. So we'll start with the Delta Lines boxcar. All right, not this pick. This pick is not cooperating with me tonight, so we'll use the shorty. Yep. And you know what? I'm going to pull up a new tab on my computer here and use the Conrail 1285 train crew app on the computer here.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with
that. Oh, whoa. I didn't actually throw that turnout. Okay. I was so focused on getting the turnout on the other end of the runaround fix that I forgot to actually do that. All right, well, let me do this right then. Uncouple. Run down here. Stop right there. Yeah, I definitely need to clean this MP15's wheels. It's stuttering. All right, let's unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it in place. Run back. At some point, I also want to get see if I can find a way to fit Keep Alive in there, especially with 4 axles on this layout. Short wheelbase locomotive, 4 axles like this, especially, they struggle on the frogs. Right. Unlock the switch. Turn the volume a little bit on that. Go. Right, let's throw it. Lock it in place. Unlock this switch. Throw it. Lock in place. Also, I gotta get something better than a push pin to hold that one in place there. Because every now and again it'll have some issues where it won't hold. Okay, stop right there. Unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it in place. Shove down. Couple of connect hoses. Let me know also if I'm coming in too loud here. Got this new lavalier mic for my birthday. This guy here. And so this is my first time actually using it here. Release the handbrakes. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or better or worse than previous streams or anything. Right. I do need to pick up the B&O box. So I will get rid of that. I'll keep that on my train here as I go to pick up the BN box. Go. Okay, there we go. All right. We perform a car inspection on these 2 cars. This Train Crew app is really nice. It doesn't add a lot of visual interest, obviously, but it makes operating a lot more fun. The only downside to it is if you're doing it at a layout or something like that, you got to have one more thing in your hand, being your phone or a tablet or whatever, to pull it up. But move the camera over here so you can check it out. It's just a web page, basically. So right now I'm going through inspections to check to make sure the cars are good for pickup. But they all have a timer right here, and that slows down your switching a little bit. It gives you, adds some realism to it, which is really fun. Perform a second car inspection. Inspect the car body for any damage or leaning or missing hoses or anything like that. Okay, inspect the coupler and draft gear. And every now and again, this will randomly give out something where the inspection doesn't pass, and then it adds some interest to the ops as well because you got to set out that car. Inspect the wheels and journals for overheating. Passed. Inspect the wheels, looking for cracks. Passed. And ensure the brakes do not stick on or off. Passed. Okay, both of these cars passed inspection. Go back to normal switching ops. Pull the camera back around here. Zoom back out. Let me reverse out of here. Release the handbrakes already, so we're good to go. Definitely need to clean the wheels on this locomotive. Unless there's just a dirty spot right here, but I don't think there is. I also probably should at some point wire some feeders in there. Oh, let me unlock the switch. Whoops. What did I do? There we go. Unlock the switch. Go to the turnout. Lock it back up. Shove forward. Give it a little more space to work there. And that'll do there. Let me set handbrakes on one of the cars. The train crew app over here also has some sounds. I don't know if you can hear them through the mic, but they add some audio interest as well, which is nice. All right, let me uncouple. Reverse back with just Delta Lines car. Unlock switch. And I don't know if they would lock and unlock every time, but it adds some interest and some time for it to me. So I like to do it. Lock the switch. And we'll shove forward. We're going to shove this guy all the way down to the lumber yard. So, we will, let me go to the app here. Let me set some handbrakes. Uncouple. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, this Delta Lines car is a recent acquisition. I got it. So I was inspired by the Home Shops V&O car, which I picked up, which we will actually be moving around here in a minute. It's further down on the switch list. But this one's not a Home Shops Atlas car. This is a Microtrans car. Back in the 90s, they did a run of Heritage series, quote unquote, which is just fictional railroads, freelance stuff. So I've got a couple of those now, as well as the V&O car from Home Shops, which is phenomenal, by the way. I want to see if this track is particularly dirty or anything, and it doesn't seem like it is. No. So I think it is just the locomotive needs a good wheel cleaning. Okay. Let me Unlock the switch here. Throw it. Pull this back in frame. Lock the switch. Roll forward. Couple connect. There we go. All right, continue to roll forward. Oh, actually, I got to release the handbrake. Now I can continue to roll forward. Yeah, these 4 axles on this layout really tend to struggle in DCC. The only one that doesn't is my Atlas B40-8, straight DCC version. And even then, it has a couple of stutters, but short wheelbase like the MP15 here really has a difficult time. A little further, and there we go. Okay, go to forward, unlock the switch, throw it, lock it up, roll forward, okay. I will uncouple from right here. There we go. Reverse back out of here. Okay, good. Unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it. We're going to run around the train. We'll work the cement plant next, I think. There we go. I think it's back. Is it back, Brandon? Also, hello, Brandon. Okay, we'll throw that. Lock it. I'm going to assume it's back because it seems like it's back. We're back. Okay, good to hear. Good to hear. Oh, I forgot to throw that switch. Okay, we'll stop right there. Unlock. Throw the switch. Yeah, so Brandon, it turns out, my desk did not come tonight, like I was saying I thought it would. Hopefully it'll be here at some point in the next couple days. According to FedEx, which is how it's being shipped, it's currently in California. So it might get here by tomorrow, but it will definitely be here by Wednesday, and then that'll be fun to set up then. Okay, so we're going to release handbrakes on the car in the end. Roll forward. Darn short wheelbase on this track. Touch further. You know what? Good enough. Okay, we will unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it up. And roll forward. Oh, let me work my way around my tripod here. Uncouple the caboose. Oh, it was uncoupled. Good. I'm just going to shove these two cars down on the main for a moment. I'll leave them right here. Set handbrakes on one car. Uncouple. Pull forward. Hey John, this is a 1 foot by 6 foot layout here that I've got. Let me, if I can carefully give you a quick overview of what we've got here. And down by that tripod down there is the other end of the layout. This is all I've got for now, and you know I'm happy with what I've got for now. This does the job for me. This satisfies what I need and fills the space that I have available. Unlock the switch. And because I'm mostly into switching, the fact that it's, you know, a layout entirely devoted to switching really, you know, tickles my fancy. Right, we'll stop right there. We will set the handbrakes on the boxcar. Uncouple the boxcar and pull forward. Yeah, so this is a 1 foot by 6 foot layout. It's Atlas Code 55 Flex Track, and I think I used number 6 switches for everything except for this switch right here, which is a Y. And then I'm using Highwall Products ballast on the parts that are ballasted, and then a bunch of a various mixture of scenery products for everything else. All right, unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it. And then for power, I've got an NCE power cab for a DCC. And for the lights in the building, I'm using the, what's it called? Woodland Scenics Just Plug system. These two are both Walthers / Lifelike kits. And then the lumber shed over there is scratch built. Nice. Yeah, it's what's nice about this is this whole layout. I mean, first of all, it fits in my room, which is nice because I'm back living with my parents for now since I'm done with school. So until I fully have the money to move out, this is all the space that I've got. So it makes use of that space well, but it's also really light. I've brought it to a couple of train shows. This whole thing, the structure of it, it's 1/4-inch foam sheets, 3/4-inch foam sheets that are 1 foot by 2 foot, and then it's framed out with 1x2s all the way around. And then there are, I want to say 4 or 5 1x2s inside as well. They give it some structure inside. But so this whole layout weighs, I don't know, 5 pounds roughly. So if I need to move it, I can move it. It's currently, I mean, it's all it's set up on is we've got a sawhorse here and a sawhorse there, and that's what's supporting the layout. So it's very convenient and works well in what I've got. Scratches my model railroading itch, gives me something to work on, and then when I want to run longer trains, I go to my club. I run when I'm at my club. I run gigantic trains. Some I've run like 65 car freight trains with 5 locomotives at my club, and I need 5 locomotives to go because it's there are some, I think there are 3% or 4% grades on the club layout. Unlock. Go to switch. Lock the switch. Remove the derail. And we're gonna roll. But yeah, this is enough model railroad to let me do 30, 40 minutes of switching whenever I want. You know, I keep all my trains in their boxes that they came in, and then when I want to do a switching job, I'll set up all the cars on the track and let her rip. Okay, so I want to go ahead and pull onto this track. Couple. Connect houses. Yeah, I really enjoy switching till, John. I mean, I don't know why, but something about just moving the train back and forth and makes it seem like you're doing work. It makes it seem like the railroad is actually accomplishing its goal. Right, let me release the handbrakes on these 2 cars. This is my cement industry, which currently is literally just 2 tracks and a little unloading shed that I scratch built out of some polystyrene. Second handbrakes, and then we will go down, perform a car inspection, inspect the first car. But yeah, switching has always held a certain interest to me. So, and then I do little things to augment it. Like I run it, you know, exclusively at slow speeds. I try and, you know, really crawl along whenever I can. I have to turn up the speed sometimes just to get the train to move because my track work is a little shoddy. I built this layout probably 7 years ago now, 8 years ago now, something like that. So there are certain spots where the track work not the best. Not to mention the fact that sometimes Atlas Code 55 switches have some issues with the frogs that you have to file out a little bit just to make it run better. But I keep speed slow. I use Matt Forkum's Ops Buddy switch list generator on. You can find him on YouTube at MF Railroad. He made this Google spreadsheet that you can fill in all your car spots, and you can, what's it called? Roll a 20-sided dice, and it'll help you generate a random switch list every time. So it's nice to add some randomness to it. Code 80 has the same problem. Oh, that's unfortunate. Couple, please, couple. I still have to convert some of these cars to microtrains. Actually, I think I don't think any of the cars in my cement covered hopper fleet have microtrains couplers yet. So that's something I really got to get on, and that'll make this job a lot easier. We will unlock the switch. But yeah, so I use the Ops Buddy to randomize the switch lists, and then I use the Conrail 1285 blog online has a Train Crew app which he developed, which adds some timers and some switching sounds, which makes you stop and think about how long things would take to do. So I use that as well. And it makes it fun for me. Couple and connect. Release these handbrakes. Pico, nice. I've heard Pico Code 80 is and Code 55 is quality stuff. So but I really like the way the Atlas track looks. The issue I have looking at the Pico stuff is the spacing for the ties is more set up for European prototypes, so it's just a little too wide, whereas the Atlas is the right distance apart for North American prototypes. Unlock the switch. That's why I wound up going with Atlas. Throw the switch, lock it, and then almost every turnout on the layout has a Caboose Industries ground throw. That's the other downside to the Atlas Code 55 switches is they don't snap, so it won't stay in a position you set it unless it has something holding it in that position, which kind of stinks. Set handbrakes. I've got a couple of sound locomotives. I've got 3 steam sound locomotives. 4 steam sound locomotives, but I just have those mostly to run at train shows and at the club for fun. Eventually, I'm going to put together a little excursion train for my fictional railroad to run with those. But those 4 have sound because it's really hard to. A lot of steam locomotives nowadays come exclusively with DCC and sound or straight DC, between. But as far as diesel locomotives, I have a Scaletrains SD40-2 that has an ESU Loc sound decoder, and that sounds gorgeous. And then I've got a Atlas Gold Line Conrail B40-8 that also has. Oh, I'm past the turnout. I thought I was trying to clear this turnout here, but no, I only need to clear this turnout here, and then I can shut back onto the main. Unlock. But yeah, both of those have some nice sound. And then so those are the only ones that I got with sound installed, and then I installed sound into my Kato SD40-2 that's painted for my fictional railroad. And that was what brand decoder did I put in that? Not Soundtrax, not ESU. I think it was a Digitrax. It was a Digitrax sound decoder. And that was a straight board replacement. Leave those there. Set handbrakes. Unitrack is very nice. I use it because I've got where is it? It's behind me here. I just recently completed this nice T-Track module. The snapping and everything is very nice, but the problem I have with it for building a full layout is that it kind of limits you because it's set geometry. You don't have the freedom of FlexTrack. So it's really high quality track. Like, it's really nice, but it just doesn't have that flexibility that FlexTrack gives you. At least that's my experience. Oh, I've got to unlock the switch. Throw it, lock the switch. Roll back to the off spot track. Go. Set handbrakes. Set handbrakes again. Out of curiosity, what do you model, John? Anything in particular, or are you just kind of free balling it? Unlock, go switch, lock back up, roll backwards, and couple and connect. Release a handbrake. Go forward. Oops, didn't actually couple. Well, I'm doing the switching also, by the way. This month I've been raising money for diabetes awareness. It's both National Model Railroad Month and National Diabetes Awareness Month. If you're interested in what's going on with that, I've got a couple links down in the description of this live stream, including a link to my fundraiser. Streaming on my phone, so I don't have the normal overlay I've had the past few streams. That would, because those are on my computer. But I appreciate if you got a few bucks that are, you can spare if you could donate to the campaign. As a type 1 diabetic, research into cures and treatments for type 1 diabetes means a lot to me. So if you've got spare a few bucks, I appreciate if you contribute to the campaign. But I also totally get it if you don't got some. Hey, Eugene, I'm doing well. How are you tonight? One couple there. Set handbrakes. I got it, John. Very nice. Good to hear you're doing well, Eugene. Just running some switching here. I've really got to clean the wheels on this locomotive. Okay, let me unlock the switch. Throw it. I have a handful of HO scale trains. Mostly stuff that I, just to have a train to run at my train clubs, because the one club is both HO and N scale. At that club, I mostly run my N scale stuff, obviously. But my other club is primarily HO scale. So I've got a HO scale RS3 in the New Haven paint scheme that I run, as well as a handful of cars. But I do some work on some HO stuff. Where did it go? There it is. If anyone of y'all get the Walthers flyers, you'll have seen this car in the flyer this past month, the one that has just been arriving, because with this mechanical reefer that I weathered, took second place in the weathering competition that Walthers is running this summer. So, very into weathering, as far as like the actual working on the model side of the hobby. For running the trains, I love switching. For working on models, I love weathering. So if you get the Walters flyer, you'll have seen this car before because it was in there as it won second place. So thanks, John. Yeah, I was really happy with how this car came out. It was very nice. It was I mean, it had a nice amount of detail that I could bring out with the weathering, which was fun. But yeah, that came out good. I tried some new techniques on this car, and I generally I felt very happy with it. So get that put back away. But yeah, so I think I've got like 7 or 8 HO scale freight cars. I've got 6, I think 6 HO scale passenger cars that are all, the passenger cars are all for the New Haven. The freight cars are a mixture of all sorts of stuff. But that's what I've got in HO scale. And then in N scale, I have vast collection. We'll just leave it at that. All right. Okay, so we got to move this rail box. Rail box has to go. Rail box has to go to loading docks, which right now is set up as that industry back there. That V&O box car gets picked up, and then the V&O box car gets set out at the the warehouse depot. Yeah, that's an issue I've had with some of my cars, and I don't have the money to spend on metal wheel sets. What I do have is, because I was in Cub Scouts and I made it all the way through Boy Scouts, all the way to Eagle Scout, but we have a bunch of Pinewood Derby weights, which are like a quarter of an ounce each or something. So I've been opening up my cars, putting a couple of those in, and then pack it up. And then that adds enough weight to keep it on there. Yeah, Eugene. Rail boxes are real. I really like rail boxes because they weather beautifully with the yellow. The yellow color just, it makes rust really pop on it. And Gons, of course, are fodder for heavy usage, so they get weathered a ton. I don't have any rail Gons, just a handful. I have 2, 3 rail boxes, one of which I still have to work on weathering and replacing the couplers. And nice, John. I've heard really good things about trains. Um, I I got Train Simulator, the Railworks, when I was getting into the simulation world, and I have so much DLC in that I'm probably sunk cost fallacy, but I'm really hesitant to switch away to anything else. But I've heard really good things and seen really good things about the train's engine. Switch. And then I've been getting into Railroader, which is a simulator that's mostly focused on switching and running the railroad, and doing small jobs like that, and that really has caught my eye recently. Up good. Release the handbrakes. And pull forward. Okay. Let's unlock the switch. Yeah, for route building and stuff like that, absolutely, trains is the best. Um, it's it's just a lot less resource intensive and a lot more efficient of a program, from what I understand, and it just works a lot better. Right, back to here. Okay, we will inspect this car. Whoops. Pushed the wrong button. Perform a car inspection. Go. Fast. Next. Yeah, if I were to restart from scratch, like I hadn't spent any money on any train simulators yet, I probably would go with trains. Just because, one, there's a lot more North American stock available, and North American routes and North American DLC and stuff like that. But I got myself started with Train Simulator, and I feel like I've spent so much money in that it'd just be a waste to abandon it. I guess. Okay, we are good. So let me release handbrakes, and we'll pull away. I'm going to stop here. Going into reverse. I need to unlock the switch. Throw the switch. Lock the switch. Shove back. Stop right there. Set the handbrakes. Uncouple. Pull forward. Come on. There we go. Reverse. Unlock the switch. Throw the switch. Lock it in place. Roll backwards. Shove the rail box onto its track. Good. Set the handbrakes. Whew. So I used cork roadbed on this. I used some just roll. I just got a roll of cork and laid it down and then trimmed it to shape. And actually, all this pink area here you can see is areas where when I was building the layout, I built the layout relatively quickly because I was building it actually for a class project in high school. So I kind of just laid the cork out and left it. I didn't trim it down or shave it to a good profile or anything. So you can see where the big rectangles of cork were around all of the turnouts. And you can see over here where I kind of just left all the cork as rectangles around the rectangles around the track. But yeah, I used cork roadbed on this layout, and it works well for me. That's what I'm gonna do when I rework the that track area that the train is on right now. Do the same thing, just because it's, well, one, it's a lot cheaper than the Woodland Scenic stuff, but also I feel like it's the Woodland Scenic stuff is, at least what I've the one that I have, just so wide. Like it feels like it should be for like a double track main or something. And it may just be the one that I have is for a double track main line, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. Whereas the cork is very cheap and flexible. Stop right there. Unlock. Go to the switch. Lock. Reverse back. Okay. Unlock, uncouple. There you go. I need to roll forward. I need to run around and shove. The switch. Lock. Okay, good. Unlock the switch. Throw the turnout. Lock it up. Roll forward. Couple and connect. Release the handbrake. Roll forward. Couple and connect. Release the handbrakes. Oops. Virginia and Ohio got derailed. That's the word. All right, let me unlock the switch. Throw it. Excuse me. Lock it. Shove. I'm doing this that way I can get on the inside of the Virginia and Ohio boxcar. So I'll leave it right there. Set the handbrakes. Okay. Uncouple. Come on, there we go. All right, reverse back. Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a nice layout, but the noise is definitely a struggle. That's my before I built this layout, I had probably 30 by 68 or 30 by 70 hollow core door with a sheet of foam on top. And then that was my layout with Bachmann Easy Track as the track that was just placed on there. It wasn't glued or pinned or anything. That layout was certainly very noisy, but it didn't run very well. But it was what I had at the time because I was just a kid, really. But that sounds like a nice little layout, if allowed one. Unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it and roll through. Right. Stop right there. We'll unlock the switch. Go to the ground throw. Block it. Forward. Hey. Couple and connect. Release the handbrake. Unlock the switch. Go to the switch. Lock the switch. Reverse up onto run around. Stop there. Unlock the switch. Go to the switch. I really got to get something better for this ground throw. Lock the switch. Roll back. There. Unlock the switch. Throw the switch. Lock the switch. Now we'll shove it right to the loading dock on the short building here. And then we will reassemble the train. Run the caboose around. Do an brake check. Brake check. Go. Set the handbrakes. Uncouple. And back out of here. Unlock. Switch. Lock. Roll forward. Couple and connect. Go. Turn around. Release the handbrakes. It was coupled. Why is it not coupled now? There we go. Stop right there. Unlock the switch. Go to the switch. Lock the switch. Roll through. There we go. Stop right there. Unlock. Throw. Lock. little too fast. There we go. Shove. Couple and connect. There we go. Got that fixed. Unlock or uncouple. There we go. Roll backwards. Right there. Unlock. Ooh. Throw out the switch. Lock it up. Roll forward. We'll pick up the 2 covered hoppers here. We'll pick up the rest of the train, and then that'll be the end of the session for the night and the stream, because I do got work tomorrow, so I do gotta get some sleep. Stop right there. Unlock. Throw the switch. Reverse. Back onto the train. Okay. Release the handbrake. Go forward. Stop right there. Unlock. Throw the switch. Lock it. Let's restore the derail on that track. There we go. Right. Pull it forward. Stop right there. Unlock the switch. Throw it. Lock it. Unlock this switch. Throw it. Lock it. Shove it back. Couple and connect the hoses. Release the handbrakes. We have fully reassembled our train. Let's go ahead and perform an air brake test. I'm doing an initial air test. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Charge the train line. Now we're doing an air test to make sure that the brake hoses are good all the way along the train, and there's a chance actually that this will result in something other than just a success. 90 psi. We'll set the brakes. Now we're going to hold for 15 seconds on the fast clock. So I think actually it's like 5 seconds. Or, well, no, it's 15 seconds, but that would actually be like 5 minutes or something off the fast clock. Confirm the pressure at the end of the train line. So the brakeman and the caboose. Confirmed. All right, now brakeman is going to walk the length of the train. Check completed. I'll release the brakes. And we visually inspect to make sure all the brakes are released. So our brakeman will walk back down the length of the train again. Hey, Kyle. Fortunately, you have joined right as I'm getting ready to wrap up here. I'm using the Conrail 1285 train crew app, and we're running the brake test before the switch job is complete. Test successful. So unfortunately, you joined right at the end here, Kyle. But we just finished up a nice little switching job here in the town of Balfour. Now the train will go ahead and come on. If the locomotive ever decides to run, it'll slowly pull out of town and head back for the yard at Maybrook. Goodness. Oh, there we go. Out of town. Something is definitely wrong with that locomotive. Let me take a quick look here. I don't know what's going on. Seems to be fine now. I'll give us a quick overview of the work we did, and then I'll wrap up the stream here so I can get some sleep and be ready for work in the morning. There we go. Okay. So we had Balfour and Coolidge Creek Southern MP15 DC number 101. There's our power for the night. That's an Atlas model that I custom painted and decaled for my BNCCS. Came in on the runaround track. We first worked the lumber leader rather. We picked up Baltimore and Ohio wagon top boxcar and the Burlington Northern 50-footer from Williams and the lumberyard respectively. And then we dropped off this nice 40-foot Delta Lines boxcar. Delta Lines 2841, I believe, 2941. Then we came back out, dropped off triggers we picked up right here on the runaround. We worked the cement plant. We dropped off Penn Central H32 and a Conrail PS2 covered hopper. Swapped those for C&J and Conrail covered hoppers. Those went into the unloading shed. And then out of the unloading shed, we took a Western Maryland and a Conrail covered hopper, the Western Maryland being in Chessie colors. Finally, we delivered this rail box here, rail box 17715. So the loading docks over here, and moved Virginia and Ohio 30347 to Williams. And then we picked up our caboose, ran around the train, and left town. So that's going to be it for tonight, y'all. Thanks for hopping in. It's been great chatting with you guys, and obviously a lot of fun doing switching. But yeah, like I said, if you've got a spare few bucks this month, and you want to put them towards a good cause, the fundraiser in the description down below. Well, the link will bring you right to my campaign page, and appreciate if you throw a few bucks in there, and help support diabetes awareness and diabetes research. But with that said and done, thanks for hopping in tonight. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Hope you enjoyed watching the Switch job as much as I enjoyed running it. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, y'all.